Got some breaking news here on Falcons Today. I am Will Scott. Atlanta has released quarterback Marcus Mariota, freeing up $12 million in cap space. On today's show, we're going to have all the details, all the reaction for you. And we called this about a month ago, which is why you should go down and subscribe to the channel. We mentioned how Mariota was expected to get cut. Now it is official as of this morning. So go down and subscribe to the channel, because whenever Falcons news breaks, we're going to get you guys a video ASAP. Hit that subscribe button below. The Falcons making it official on Twitter, saying we have released quarterback Marcus Mariota. Of course, Mariota signed a 2-year deal with the Falcons last offseason, and the hope was that he would be maybe kind of a bridge starting quarterback, but unfortunately, he did not even get into his second year with the team, and this is something we all expected after the way his tenure with Atlanta ended this past year. Of course, he kind of left the team abruptly after Desmond Ridder was named the starting quarterback, and especially with how weirdly last season ended and the money that could be saved, this was a win and not if type of scenario. And here are the Falcons on Tuesday, February 28th, making it official. Moving on from the guy that started most games at quarterback for the Falcons this year, Marcus Mariota. You bring him over from the Raiders to be your starter, and it unfortunately just did not work out. So the updated cap space situation right now is $66.7 million. You just saved $12 million moving on from Marcus Mariota. So really a no-brainer from this Falcons front office to move on from Mariota. And there's going to be a lot of questions now about who the quarterback is going to be moving into next season. Obviously, Desmond Ridder is an option. We're going to talk about him later on in today's show. I want to hear from you. What is your one-word reaction to Marcus Mariota being cut? Go down in the comments section and let me know. And like this video if you love the Atlanta Falcons. Hit the thumbs up icon below. That is the pinned comment, by the way, so go and reply to it when an ad break comes here in a few seconds. Let's look at Marcus Mariota's stats, what he did with Atlanta this past year. A 61.3% completion percentage, just 15 passing touchdowns, 9 picks, a little over 2,200 passing yards, had 438 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. And there was that stretch for Marcus this season when he was throwing for less than 200 yards, a couple straight games, and the passing production was just not there. And yeah, he's a dual threat. He could run the ball, but you need your quarterback to throw the ball down the field. And that's something that Mariota kind of struggled doing this past season. In fact, I think he was 31st in the NFL this year in passing yards per game, which is just not what you want from your starting quarterback if you're trying to get the offense going. And he just did not perform how we hoped. And he did a decent job as the Raiders' backup, actually a pretty good job as the Raiders' backup. So there was a hope that moving on from Matt Ryan, who we can all see right now is pretty washed, to Marcus Mariota, maybe that would be an upgrade. And he just did not perform how Falcons fans hoped this season. And of course, a lot of people believe that he quit on this football team. It was reported that Mariota wasn't around the team after he got benched. Falcons fans and just the people around the team in general were not really thrilled with that, it seems. So as of right now, this is Desmond Ridder's team. And obviously there's a lot of question marks about if that's going to be the case going into next year. There's a quarterback carousel that's going to go on around the league this year. Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, the list goes on and on. Lamar Jackson maybe, so we'll see what goes down. But as of right now, this is Desmond Ridder's team, who was a third-round pick last season out of Cincinnati. 2 touchdowns, no picks, 4 games, all starts, 708 passing yards, a 63.5% completion percentage. Taking a look at the numbers between Mariota and Desmond Ridder, and obviously this is a pretty big difference because one started 13 games, one started 4. But I thought Ridder showed a decent amount of promise in those 4 starts. He got better each and every single start. I understand the first start or 2, he didn't look outstanding. But who does in their first start? It doesn't matter the position. I mean, you're not going to be putting up record-breaking numbers in the first start of your NFL career. So I thought that he looked pretty good, and I thought he did maybe enough to be considered to be the starting quarterback going in next year. And the big thing was when you're comparing Ridder and Mariota, Ridder just looked a lot better throwing the football. Yeah, Mariota's certainly more of a dual threat, but Ridder just the better pocket passer and the better quarterback. in general, and I thought he looked a lot better than Marcus Mariota down the stretch. Now, will Desmond Ridder be the starter in 2023 for Atlanta? Y for yes, N for no down in the comment section. It's a big year for Arthur Smith, right? I mean, he's kind of on the hot seat going in next year. I think the Falcons have got to contend for a playoff spot, so a lot of pressure is going to be on this coaching staff to win. And it is a risk to maybe not go out and get a quarterback this offseason, not to draft a quarterback and go with Ridder. But I do feel like Ridder did enough to be the starting quarterback. But let me know down in the comment section why for yes, N for no. And Drake London, speaking of another guy that was a rookie this past year, just looked a lot better with Ridder under center than Mariota. And Drake London was putting up massive numbers with Desmond Ridder. Taking a look at what he did here with Mariota and Ridder. I mean, crazy differences. He did not have a touchdown with Ridder, but was putting up a lot of yards. 333 yards in just 4 games with Desmond, 25 receptions on 36 targets. So no doubt Drake London, the sensational rookie, was the favorite target of Desmond Ridder. They had very nice chemistry, and it felt like each and every single week that chemistry got better over those 4 starts. Yeah, limited sample size, only 4 starts with those 2 guys. But it feels like those 2 really meshed well and had a good chemistry on offense that resulted in the Falcons' offense being a little bit better down the stretch at least. Here's another cut candidate, another name we're going to be looking for here in the coming days, coming weeks. That would be Casey Hayward. Could the Falcons move on from him, coming off 17 tackles, 1 interception, 3 pass breakups in 2022? And the Falcons are really blessed with a lot of cap space right now. So they don't have to cut Hayward. They just saved $12 million from cutting. They would say $5 million. Thank you, producer Nick Roloff, cutting Hayward. They just saved $12 million cutting Mariota. So maybe they'll look to save a little bit more cutting Hayward. But they have a lot of cap space right now. But still, Hayward very much a cut candidate. Taking a look at these cap numbers, before the Marcus Mariota cut, the Falcons were at $54 million. Now after the cut, it is a projected $66 million in cap space for Atlanta. And they have the second most cap space in the league right now. They should go all in on defense. I think a lot of people are thinking, man, maybe they'll trade for a quarterback, maybe they'll sign a quarterback. But I think defense has to be a priority here for the Falcons in the off season. Adam Schefter just tweeted this moments ago. Washington defensive tackle Daron Payne became the first player this offseason to receive the franchise tag per sources. The franchise tag for Payne is projected to be over $18 million. Washington placed the tag on Payne early this morning. So we talked about him. Our sweet prince not coming to Atlanta, at least this year. We'll take a look at him again next offseason. How excited are you for the 2023 season? Scale it 1 to 10. I think we're going to be excited after the Falcons offseason moves about this upcoming season, but scale it 1 to 10 down in the comments section. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because we're going to have a lot more breaking news here in the coming weeks with free agency coming up. Subscribing to the channel is the best way to stay in the loop.